Okay guys, we've done our 10,000 nails and now I'm going to show you how to maintain your tool. First thing of course is make the tool safe. I've already removed the fasteners in this case, but I'm going to take our battery out and our fuel cell out. So to complete the maintenance, you're going to need 3 tools. You need a flat-headed screwdriver, a 532 Allen key, and also a 9/64 Allen key. As well, you'll use our Paslode Impulse oil to lubricate the tool, and of course our Paslode degreaser, which is safe and the only degreaser we recommend on our tools. It's safe on our electrics to spray, etc. So first thing we're going to do is remove this back cap using our flat blade screwdriver. We're just going to pop it off using the tabs here. Off it comes. There's our back cap. Okay, so we're going to pull out our air filter. We're going to give him a nice clean with our Paslode degreaser. Just make sure you put eye protection on, cover your eyes. And just using our degreaser, we're just going to give him a nice, good soak. Clear out all the dirt, grease, dust. Put the filter down to dry. And now I can take my glasses off. So now we're going to take off our back cap using our 532 Allen key. Pull off our back cap. Next we're going to take off the magazine. So this bolt here holds the magazine on. So again, using our Allen key, just remove that bolt. And then just gently tilt the magazine out and lift it straight off. Next I'm going to take our 9/64 Allen key and remove these 2 screws over the magnet housing here. As I get onto the second screw, I'm just going to place my thumb and put a little bit of firm pressure down on the bottom of the housing, because there is a spring underneath there that's going to want to spring up. Now I just gently release that. Okay, there's our magnet which controls the feed system. There's our spring. Pull him to the side. So the last bolt to remove is this one at the top of the handle here. Next I'm going to remove the motor housing. First I'm going to open up the fuel door, and then I'm going to gently lay the tool down, tilt the nose back at a slight angle, and then simply slide off the motor housing. Be careful around the fan blade here. Try not to damage it, because it will throw the fan out of balance. Okay, so we can put that to the side. Here's the main engine of the tool. First thing we're going to do is put our piston all the way forward, just using the back of a screwdriver. Push it all the way forward, and then we're going to give the cylinder bore here a good clean out. Using our degreaser, we're going to put our glasses on, of course. Take it over to our bath. Hold it up vertically so the degreaser can drop down into the tray. And just give it a really good spray. Get off all the muck and build up that's in the tool and around the cylinder there. That's great. can use a bit of a rag to give it a wipe, get the excess off. Make sure it's a lint-free rag. Okay, and using our impulse oil, we're going to lubricate that wall of the cylinder so the piston can slide up and down nice and easily. Six drops into the cylinder, around the surface there. And then we're going to take our screwdriver and we're just going to cycle that piston driver up and down. It should move nice and easily. So repeat that process a few times, get that piston cycling up and down nice and easily. One more time. Distributing that oil through the cylinder. Second place we're going to oil is around this cylinder ring in here. Best way to do it is to press the tool down like this, and we're going to drop 6 drops of oil right around the outside of the cylinder this time, not the inside, the outside. Okay, and then we're going to spread that all through the tool by pumping that housing. Okay, we're going to make sure our piston's set all the way back, and we can push that to the side now. Next area we're going to clean is this cylinder head of the tool here, where our fan is. You can see some black build up here, some carbon build up. Again, we're going to use our degreaser just to clean that off. Just be gentle of this magnet. It's an important part of the tool. Again, just give it a good spray, get rid of all the carbon build up. Particularly in here as well. Our Paslode degreaser is safe to use on our tools. It's safe on our electronics, so you can't damage anything. Doesn't matter where you spray. You want to make sure that your spark plug, which is this red item here, is clean, and obviously all the alloy cylinder body and cylinder head is nice and clean. We can just wipe off the excess with a rag. Okay, taking our impulse oil, we're going to give 6 drops right around this cylinder head here. And you can see on the back of the cylinder head here, you've got 2 steel rings. These are sealing rings. Each ring has a gap in the ring. So if you have a close look, I'll take my glasses off for this. You can see 2 steel rings at the back of the cylinder head here. Those rings create an airtight seal. So the rings have a gap in them, and we want to set those 2 gaps 180 degrees apart. So you can see my back ring here, the ring in the gap is at the top. Therefore, this front ring here, I just want to swivel him around to ensure that the gap is set all the way down at the bottom here. Okay, so that's it for degreasing and oiling for the moment. Now we're going to rebuild the tool. So to refit the motor housing, gently slide it over the fan. Be very careful not to damage it. Drop it into place. Close up our cylinder head onto the housing. We can close our fuel door. Turn the tool over, and we're just going to secure that housing by this bolt at the top of the handles. So now we're going to refit our magnet. We take our spring, put it gently in the center of the housing here. Depress the spring. Reinsert our 9/64 nuts. Screws. 9/64 screws. Just nip it up firm, guys. Nothing on this tool has to be really tight, just firm on all nuts and bolts. We've got our housing back on our tool. We've got the magnet back in its housing. Now we're going to put our back cap back on. Just gently place him over the back here. Just be careful of these wires here. Be careful you don't crush those with the cap. Make sure they're out of the way. It easily just snaps on. We put our 4 cap screws back in. Take our 5/32 Allen key and screw them back up. Our back cap's back on. Take our air filter, we'll place it back on the tool. Our back cap just comes in, give it a little snap, and it's back on the back of the tool there. Lastly, before we put the magazine back on the tool, there is one extra spot that has to be lubricated, and that's this feed piston in here, which cycles and moves the nails up through the tool as you fire them. So just 3 drops of oil through the base of the housing here. Okay, clean off any excess. And then also this steel shaft here, which is at the end of the piston, 2 drops of oil on that. And then you just want to cycle that through using your thumb. Just give that a dozen pumps. And that's again spreading that oil through that piston and making sure this feed system is working nice and smoothly. Okay, and lastly, we're going to put our magazine back on the tool. So there is a guide here. This tab needs to go through this guide here. I'm going to drop that back on, guide the magazine in, and with our last bolt, reattach the magazine. So that's how to maintain your tool, guys. Do that every 10,000 shots and you'll enjoy excellent Paslode performance. For more tips, go to our website or follow us at Paslode ANZ.